Driving through Italy in a Bentley T2. Life can't get much better than that. Our test driver, Christoph Bauer, is enjoying the dolce vita in very English style. Christoph says he could easily get used to the polished wood interiors and the smell of fine leather. But he says the T2's hardly a car for vegetarians. Around 8 cattle hides were used to create this interior. Everything here can be operated electrically, seats, windows, but also the gasoline caps and trunk. He says even the ashtray empties automatically when you close it. Everything has been done to make the driver's life as pleasant as possible. Bentley's first T-Series was built between 1965 and 1977, at the same time as the Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow 1. The second series only ran up to 1980 and offered a more modern rack and pinion steering system, among other things. Christoph says that the Bentley T2 is very similar to the Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow in terms of its engine, too. He says even if English gentlemen don't like to boast, the performance of the hand-assembled V8 engine with a 6.8-liter capacity can certainly be described as adequate. The car has 223 horsepower under its long hood. Christoph says the 550 Newton-meters of torque is also impressive, a classy drive all round. The T-Series was the first Bentley to be built without a separate chassis. The T2's hood and doors were made of aluminum, but the vehicle remained a heavyweight all the same. Our car tester says the Bentley T2 may weigh in at 2.2 tons, but it drives like a dream. You only need to keep a couple of fingers on the wheel. The power steering does the rest. He says this stately vehicle hugs the bend so closely that at times you worry that it might tip over. Bentley's sporting image had faded by the time the Bentley T-Series was built. Walter Owen Bentley founded the company in 1919, and his cars quickly proved a success on the track. Bentley's won the Le Mans 24 Hours on 5 occasions between 1924 and 1930, but the company was in deep financial trouble. Bentley boy racer Wolf Benato propped up the firm for a while with his family fortunes, but in 1931 Bentley was purchased by Rolls-Royce. Christoph says that you have to look very closely to spot the differences between a Bentley T2 and a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow. The radiator grille, the brand name, and the ornament on the hood are different. And the wheel caps. The Bentley is a bit more understated than the flashy Rolls-Royce. But anyone prepared to shell out over 90,000 German marks for a luxury limousine at the end of the 1970s also wanted to display his wealth. Our car tester says most people decided in favor of the Rolls-Royce. The Bentley T2 is a textbook example of what is called badge engineering. The design of the Silver Shadow and the T2 are practically identical. 5 meters 20 in length, the T2 is a meter longer than a contemporary Golf. That's big, even in today's world. Chrome as far as the eye can see, even in the interior. There are plenty of chrome levers and switches. The T2 doesn't try to assert its individuality under the hood either. The V8 engine is clearly labeled Rolls-Royce. And this engine was made to last. It's not unusual for T2s to have 500,000 kilometers on the clock. The 8-cylinder engine is also very smooth, as our car tester testifies. Christoph says that the T2 is one of the quietest cars in the world. He says that many of the components, such as the shock absorbers and gearbox, were surrounded by rubber to distance the bodywork from any moving parts and the road surface. Driving becomes an almost meditative experience. You can see a T2 in all its glory in the Zeithaus, the vintage car museum in the northern German city of Wolfsburg. The Bentley is on show along with many other milestones in motoring history. And the T2 deserves to be up there with the greats. Christoph says that Bentley and Rolls-Royce always endeavored to produce the best cars in the world. He says that when the T2 was launched, trade journalists struggled to find anything to criticize. A sharp edge on the gasoline cap and a rather awkward compartment by the driver's seat was about as much as they could come up with. Another good thing about the Bentley T2 from today's perspective is its price. A well-preserved model will set you back around 30,000 euros. A bargain for a luxury sedan like this. In 1977, it cost approximately twice as much as a Porsche Turbo. Our car tester says that the Bentley T2 can be described as a huge flop in commercial terms. Only 558 vehicles were sold, compared to 8,500 Silver Shadows. Nevertheless, the Bentley T2 is described as the best luxury limousine of the 1970s, so it's definitely a milestone in motoring history.
Definitiv ein Meilenstein der Automobilgeschichte.
And the T2 might have been the last Bentley if Volkswagen hadn't stepped in to save the marquee in 1998, after its parent company ran into financial trouble.